What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. WWE Off The Script. This is episode number 17, part number 2 for your Saturday morning, week ending June 15th, 2014. And like I always say, this is your number one source for everything you need regarding the WWE right here on YouTube.com. Now, before I get into the big Saturday morning I got planned for you guys, if you guys missed Off The Script Part 1, Episode 17, link is down below. I talk about the 11 releases on Bloody Thursday, is what they're calling it. Bloody Thursday. WWE released 7 individuals on Thursday afternoon, including 1 referee, several superstars, 1 diva. I talk about it all. If you guys are interested in finding out who they were, if you missed it, like I said, link is down below. I give you my thoughts and opinions on it and how the WWE could have went about using these guys and utilizing some of these guys on the main roster right now. I also give you my opinion on why I think it happened. So if you guys missed that, link is down below. Obviously, WrestleZone.com, Share Shot Reality, they talked about the same thing. Justin and Josh. If you guys missed any of that, link is down below as well in the description to yesterday's episode as well as their homepage. Go and check that out. They got a great weekend planned for you guys on Share Shot Reality, WrestleZone.com. So make sure you guys check that out this weekend as well after Off The Script. Now, let me get into what I'm talking about today, guys. Part 2 is Brock Lesnar coming back early to the WWE. Is he going to be the one to save us all from the absence of Daniel Bryan? Will he be crowned the new WWE Champion? Well, according to my notes here, word from this week's Raw is that the undercard for Money in the Bank will be set up sooner rather than later because WWE doesn't want the show to be a one-match pony with all the top superstars in the ladder match that is now for the vacated WWE World Heavyweight title. With the WWE preparing to go most of the summer without Daniel Bryan, there is talk right now backstage of possibly bringing back Brock Lesnar early to help offset the loss of another top superstar. The big talk backstage at Monday's Raw was Daniel Bryan's condition, and it was not good. There is major concern right now for Bryan and his injury that has sent WWE creative scrambling into the summer months. Word is that several top WWE superstars have told Bryan to focus on his health above anything else. Everyone is aware that this is a serious situation, and the majority figured he would not be ready to compete by Money in the Bank before it was confirmed. WWE stalled on this decision for the World Heavyweight Championship because of the effort that was put into building Daniel Bryan's character up. Now, however, far too many people know the cautionary tale of the WWE Hall of Famer Edge and the ramifications of rushing him back when he had neck surgery or a neck injury. There has been speculation that Daniel Bryan could make a surprise return and be a last-minute addition to the Money in the Bank ladder match later this month. Word is that Bryan making a surprise return at the pay-per-view is highly unlikely at this time and would mean that the WWE is working top-level people in the company in regards to his injury. Bryan's condition was not good as of a few days ago, and he's not healing as quickly as expected. There has been some speculation among fans that Daniel Bryan, there's been some speculation, among WWE fans that WWE could pull a swerve at the Money in the Bank ladder match this month with 2 superstars grabbing one of the belts each, meaning one guy pulled down the WWE Championship and one guy pulling down the World Heavyweight Championship. It's said that this is not in the plans as of right now and apparently has not even been discussed. So you guys bringing this to my attention, JD, you think they may split the brands and split the titles again? Right here, according to the Wrestling Observer, those plans have not even been discussed. While there's still a lot of concern over Daniel Bryan within WWE, he will still be groomed for a feud with Brock Lesnar when he returns. It's said that the long-term destination is still what the old destination was, and Money in the Bank could be a temporary detour for Daniel Bryan. The long-term plans are still for Bryan to be the WWE Champion. As of Monday, WWE is still looking at having Bryan do another run with the World Heavyweight Championship later this year rather. If something happens and Bryan can't return at SummerSlam or before then, it's said that the plans they have for him will change. Now, that's a lot to take in. Now, what I want to discuss here is Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar coming back early, yes. There's been rumors going around with a few people who make videos on here, dirt sheets that, just give their opinions, and I think Bleacher Report was one of them, that the reason why these cuts were made was because of Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar. Mainly Brock Lesnar, because the WWE is scrambling now to rearrange their plans for the summer months, and bringing Brock Lesnar back now is pretty much their only choice, their only viable option. And to cut those 11 guys means they have the money freed up to give Brock Lesnar more money, because if he does come back early, he's going to command more money. Now, I don't think that is true at all. I think that's just an insane idea to even think that. The reason why those guys were cut was because of the WWE Network, Vince and the higher-ups in WWE scrambling and stressing out over the numbers that they're not reaching, and I gave you my opinion on part 1. The youth movement in NXT, the guys who are fully developed right now and should be on the main roster, those guys being cut yesterday and released is going to make way for those guys who are ready in NXT to be brought up to the main roster. And also, it has to do with the stocks. The WWE stock falling from $31 a share down to $10, $11 a share. All this is playing a part in why these guys were released. Brock Lesnar has nothing to do with those guys being released. Now, as far as plans, I'm going to be honest with you. I want to give you guys what I think the WWE should do, but it can go either way. It all depends if Daniel Bryan comes back for SummerSlam, and then there's the other road where if Daniel Bryan doesn't come back for SummerSlam and he's going to be out till, past Night of Champions, Hell in a Cell, leading into Survivor Series, what does that mean for the plans? So you can go two roads here. You can go down road A or road B. Now, if Daniel Bryan comes back for SummerSlam, obviously the guy who's going to be the WWE Champion is going to be Brock Lesnar. Whoever wins the title at Money in the Bank is going to be pretty much a placeholder for Brock Lesnar. He's going to be the interim champion. Not going to be someone who's going to be a Bray Wyatt. It's not going to be a Cesaro. It's not going to be a John Cena. It's going to be someone who the WWE doesn't mind putting the belt on, but ultimately he's going to lose to Brock Lesnar. If the WWE's plan is to bring back Daniel Bryan for SummerSlam and pen this main event in for SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan works. That's what should be the main event for SummerSlam. Now, a lot of people may say, JD, what if Daniel Bryan comes back for SummerSlam? Do you think it's fair that his first match is against Brock Lesnar? The way Brock Lesnar works. Listen, it's going to make money, okay? I think Daniel Bryan should be fully healed by then. I'm just guessing. Hopefully he does come back because there is money in that match. Obviously, Brock Lesnar will have to be WWE Champion. Who wins that match? Listen, I don't know. But if there's one man, I'm going to let you guys know right now, if there's one man worthy of taking down Brock Lesnar after what he did to The Undertaker, obviously that man is Daniel Bryan. So that's just my opinion on that. Brock Lesnar, the WWE Champion, going into SummerSlam, wins it after Money in the Bank, whoever the champion may be, and then Daniel Bryan captures the title again at SummerSlam. Or you could go either way. You could have Daniel Bryan lose at SummerSlam and get the rematch later on in the year, maybe at Night of Champions, maybe at Survivor Series. Build it out. Play it out, extend it, let the feud go on for a couple of months, and then ultimately Daniel Bryan conquers the beast and grabs the WWE Championship again. But who is going to be the WWE Champion that Brock Lesnar defeats? Obviously, like I said, it's not going to be a Bray Wyatt. It's not going to be a Cesaro. It's not going to be a John Cena because Bray Wyatt and Antonio Cesaro, those guys would be absolutely wasted if you gave them the title and then Brock Lesnar took it off either one of those guys. Obviously, it's not going to be a John Cena because that would be a waste of John Cena's talent if you have him win the belt and then lose it immediately to Brock Lesnar. John Cena is not a fallback guy. Who I see potentially winning the title. It could go either way. You know, there are two or three spots left open. You're going to give it to John Cena. You're going to give it to Bray Wyatt. Those two spots will be filled. I believe Bray Wyatt gets his entry into the Money in the Bank on SmackDown. John Cena is going to be there on Monday. He's going to gain entry into Money in the Bank. He'll be there on Monday. The last remaining man will be one spot left. Who else, you know, potentially could be in that match? None other than Kane. Obviously, I think Kane is going to be in Money in the Bank, even though they had plans to set him up for Daniel Bryan at Money in the Bank in a stretcher match. Why not put Kane in Money in the Bank? I see Kane being the last guy to gain entry into Money in the Bank. So, as far as the champion goes, I think either Kane or you could have Sheamus win the title, just briefly. And all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar comes out, you know, after Money in the Bank is over, challenges the champion, saying, listen, I'm back here early for one thing and one thing only. I beat The Undertaker. I am immediately granted a WWE Championship match. I'm the #1 contender. I want my match tonight. It could happen on Monday Night Raw. It could happen at the next pay-per-view, Battleground, whatever. Brock Lesnar will be champion going into SummerSlam if that's the road they go down and Daniel Bryan comes back for SummerSlam. If Daniel Bryan doesn't come back, if he doesn't come back and he's out till the end of the year, you know, whether it be Hell in a Cell, whether it be Survivor Series, that's when you could probably play into Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro getting his match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and you put those two guys in the main event. It could work. How we get there, I don't know. I'm saving and I'm reserving my opinion for after Money in the Bank. That's when we'll have the entire field laid out. Okay? You could have Daniel Bryan come back. If he comes back at Survivor Series, you could have Cesaro and Brock Lesnar go at it. Obviously, the feud is there. It's going to be easy to set up. And obviously, Paul Heyman is going to be siding with Brock Lesnar. Antonio Cesaro goes full-fledged heel. You push him as not full-fledged heel, full-fledged face, and you give him his face run. Okay? That's what happens there. You put Brock Lesnar versus Cesaro in the main event at SummerSlam, and you work that into the card. That's the other road you can go down. I don't know how you get there. I have ideas about how to potentially build these storylines, but I'm going to reserve that, and I'm going to hold off on giving you guys what I think right now until after Money in the Bank is completely over with, because I want to find out. I want to have a concrete WWE Champion. I want to know who's going to be WWE Champion following this pay-per-view, because everything would be a lot clearer. Because the WWE, they can pull a swerve. They could do anything. They could give it to Cena. They could give it to Bray Wyatt. And everything that I'm reporting here could be completely erased and irrelevant. So I'm going to wait to after Money in the Bank to give you my opinion, because I don't want to come on here and sound stupid and give you guys ideas that potentially could never, ever happen. So I'm going to wait to after Money in the Bank, and we'll find out who the WWE Champion is first before I let you know how I would book these storylines. All right, so look forward to that. But that's the news regarding Brock Lesnar coming back. I do think Brock Lesnar is the man. He is the man of the hour. He's the man this summer. With Daniel Bryan gone, there's no other guy right now. Cesaro is too early. You're not going to give it to Cesaro because he's not fully developed yet. He hasn't had time on his own. Once he is comfortable in his own skin, away from Paul Heyman, that's when you decide and you determine whether he's ready or not for a WWE Championship run. He's got to develop on his own first. He's not going to do that with Paul Heyman, okay? Bray Wyatt, to me, right now, he is ready for a WWE Championship run, but it's not his time. I know it's not his time. The right opponent is not there. The right feud is not there. The only legitimate feud he can have right now, if he's WWE Champion, is with John Cena, because there really is no other faces in the WWE right now on that John Cena level. You got Daniel Bryan, and he's out. That's the only other guy. So Bray Wyatt right now, though he is WWE Championship material, you're not going to give it to him because it's not the right time for him. And you don't want to do that to Bray Wyatt, and you don't want to disrespect him and the run he could potentially have. John Cena is always the safe and comfortable choice for WWE. I would not even be surprised if they give the title to John Cena at Money in the Bank. I would not be surprised at all. And they have plans for John Cena to go into the summer and roll through SummerSlam. And when Daniel Bryan gets back, we have the rematch that I think should have happened at WrestleMania. John Cena versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. And that's maybe when you involve their girlfriends and wives. Whatever. It is what it is. But Sheamus could be another guy. You know, the WWE could put the belt on him and feel comfortable about it. You know, he's been doing great in the ring. His matches have been awesome. He's been working his ass off. And then Kane could be another guy. Those two guys could be like the guy that the WWE gives the belt to, and they don't mind giving the belt to. They'll work a month here and then drop it to someone like Lesnar. But that's my opinion on that, guys. I'm going to reserve, like I said, my opinion for what I think is going to happen leading into SummerSlam until after Money in the Bank. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. What else I got for you guys today? Word coming out of Monday Night Raw is that both Bray Wyatt and John Cena will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match that is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship this month. Bray Wyatt is going to gain entry tonight on SmackDown that you've seen. It's Friday. I'm recording this. You guys are going to see this on Saturday. John Cena will be in Money in the Bank and gain entry on Monday in Cleveland. And finally, guys, this is something that pisses me off. According to the Wrestling Observer, it is said that Vince McMahon, who still makes all the key choices in WWE, is still not completely sold on Bo Dallas, Paige, and Adam Rose. Vince is reportedly not the easiest person to accept new people as top stars. Rose being off Raw this week is a sign that they're starting to cool off on his character. Apparently, WWE producer Kevin Dunn recently buried Adam Rose backstage. Now, this was a big discussion this week amongst my subscribers, amongst my followers on Twitter. And I'm going to read a comment I made. If I can access my YouTube page fast enough, I'm going to access a comment that I made today to one of my loyal subs, and it was on Off The Script Part 1, and I'm going to read it word for word because what I said reeks nothing of but the truth, and I'm actually reserving this for right now, okay? Let me see what they said here. Let me see what this guy, it came from 219IDC. He's been a loyal subscriber of mine. He knows what he's talking about. He watches the product often. And this is what I said to him about Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, and Paige, okay? They have all the talent. They have all the talent in the world, those three guys. Bo Dallas, Paige, and Adam Rose, okay? What Vince doesn't understand is that you can't judge someone who's been on TV for 3 weeks and say you are not into him or her, okay? How long did it take John Cena to be the John Cena we know today? How long did it take Daniel Bryan to become what he is today and develop his character? He went through everything that he went through. He got fired. They brought him back. They spit on him. They told him that he would never make it because of his size. And now look at him. He developed his own character. The yes chant has gotten over huge, that it's seeping into pop culture. Okay? How long you think it took Daniel Bryan to get where he is today? How much struggle did he go through to get where he is today? Okay? When they split the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, when they split the Hart Foundation, Anvil and Bret Hart, did people think that HBK and Bret Hart were going to be what they are today? WWE Hall of Famers? Stone Cold Steve Austin with his 316 speech at King of the Ring after he beat Jake Roberts. Did anyone think that was going to happen after he won King of the Ring? Did anyone think anything of Steve Austin when he came out as the ringmaster with Ted DiBiase with the $1 Million Championship? Everybody brushed him off and said, this guy's a boring, bald-headed guy with black tights. He's got no character. He's never going to get over as the ringmaster. What happened? Stone Cold went on to be arguably the biggest superstar ever, okay? The Rock. What did The Rock go through to get where he is and get his name into the Hall of Fame next year? He came out as Rocky Maivia with those fucking arm bands and the strands hanging from his fucking elbow pads. Came out with these this multicolored tights that he wore, blue, black, and whatever else color he had on there. He looked like a complete jobber. Then he joins the Nation of Domination. He starts to develop his character a little bit more. Turns heel. He wins the IC title. Then he develops the entire Rock character, which went on to be one of the biggest draws in WWE history and wrestling history. So Vince tends to forget about his past. That's his biggest downfall. You know, he needs to look back at what others went through before he opens his mouth and says Adam Rose is a failure. Bo Dallas is a failure. Paige is a failure. How can you call these guys, these three individuals who were so primed and ready down in NXT and received rave reviews down in NXT, now you bring them up to the main roster and they're not your cup of tea? Really, Vince? How are you going to enjoy watching someone work? How are you going to get behind someone's character when you, the head of creative, the man in charge, the boss of the entire company, gives these three individuals shit to work with? Paige, you're ruining her character. You have absolutely no character development for her. Every time she goes into the ring, she gets beat up for 6 minutes, and then all of a sudden pulls out a miraculous victory. What you're showing me is that she's holding that title until AJ gets back. You gave her absolutely nothing to work with. You haven't given her any mic time, and you're pushing Alicia Fox and developing Alicia Fox's character more than you are your Divas champion. Right there, you're already fucking yourself up. That's already wrong. Bo Dallas, you gave him nothing to work with. You gave him no one to work with. What are you supposed to, what are you going to expect from Bo Dallas? What? You have him work with Kofi Kingston. You got him working with Xavier Woods. You haven't put him in a real program yet to see what the guy is about. 3 weeks he's been on TV. 3 weeks. And you're already saying, I'm not into this guy. Adam Rose, the same thing. You have him feud with Jack Swagger. You got no plans for him upon main roster debuting. How are the crowds going to get affiliated with this guy and get invested in his character when you're putting him against someone like Jack Swagger? Put him in something a little bit more meaningful. Put some thought into his character a little bit more. Really. You got him coming out, party time all the time. Don't be a don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. Really, develop his mic skill a little bit more. Let him fucking speak and fucking have some character development. Make him get over on the mic. Help him, get something going verbally with another guy he's feuding with, instead of just having him come out and act like a fool. I know he acts like a fool. I enjoy it because it's something different on TV. But you're not giving him anything to work with. Jack Swagger is not the most entertaining guy on the roster. He's not. And then you leave him off the pay-per-view. You leave him off the last pay-per-view you had, when you automatically said, listen, Adam Rose and Jack Swagger are going to be on the pay-per-view. That's what I thought it was leading to. You cut them from the pay-per-view, you put it on SmackDown, nobody cares. Nobody cares. WWE tends to forget where they came from. Vince tends to forget where they came from. He's got to look to his past to realize what he's got to do for the future. That's what he's got to do. Do what you did in the past. It will help you develop characters in the future. How did you develop your mid-card in the 1980s, 1990s? How did you do it so well then? And you don't have a fucking idea what you're doing now? Meanwhile, you got these talented guys that are so talented, you could put them up against any guy in the ring back in the 80s and 90s. You got Wade Barrett, RVD, Shane. You got some fucking great fucking talent. You got Tyler Breeze, Adrian Neville. You got Sami Zayn. You got the cream of the crop. How don't you know how to book these people? How? Give them something to work with. This is why I said on my last Behind the Mic, if you're going to bring up new talent, do the same thing you did with John Cena. Everyone's telling me, Jay, do you remember John Cena's debut when he went against Kurt Angle? Do that same thing and follow that same formula for everyone else. Put a Breeze against a Daniel Bryan. Put a Sami Zayn against a Dolph Ziggler. Put an Adrian Neville against a Wade Barrett. That's what we want to see, Vince. That's going to develop characters. That's going to get them over with the WWE Universe. That's what's going to get them over with the people watching at home on TV. People want to see wrestling. People don't want to see, people acting like clowns, Bo Leave and fucking Adam Rose coming out and saying party time all the time. Don't be a lemon, and dancing with fucking bunny rabbits and lemons and pirates and fucking whatever else you got going on there. People don't want to see that. They want to be invested in storylines. They want to be invested in characters. It's up to you to give these guys the ball to run with. Let them do the fucking promo work. Let them, call what's going on with their character. You control everything, and everything's just, fucked up because you don't like it. Because you give these guys shit to work with, and then you want to come back and tell them that they're nothing. That you're not happy with the progress. It's all you. Look in the mirror. It's all you. And that's my rant. That's what I got to say about that. I think the comment I wrote on my last video perfectly sums up what I think about Vince's opinion. If it's true or not, I don't know. It's been reported about Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, and Paige. So let me know what you guys think about that. I know I went a little bit longer than I wanted to. 25 minutes here for Off the Script. I don't have much news for part 3, so it'll be a quick episode tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, all that greatly helps out my channel. If you missed part 1, link down below. WrestleZone.com, Chairshot Reality, the link is down below. My voice is shot. I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if it's just me stressed out. I don't know, but it is what it is. Hope I got through well for you guys. Let me know what you think down below of this week's top stories for Saturday. And I will see you guys on Sunday for part 3 Off the Script. And the top story for part 3 will be, I believe it's a Seth Rollins deal. Major news, major news on plans for a second Money in the Bank ladder match at the pay-per-view. So look forward to that, guys. And that's that. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.